Hello and welcome to Azure Wala YouTube channel. We are in part 5 of Azure DevOps Engineer series. So far we have completed 8 questions in previous videos. Today we are going to discuss question number 9, 10 and 11. I have important announcement prior moving to the question is that now we have started live instructor-led hands-on classes where you can learn Azure fundamentals, administration and DevOps in one course. This interactive course will cover AZ 900, AZ 104 and AZ 400 exam syllabus as well as Kubernetes, Docker, Git, GitHub and much more. Batches starting every month with limited seats. If interested, please reserve your seat in advance. For more information and registration, you can reach us on WhatsApp at this number. Question 9. You need to consider the underlined segment to establish whether it is accurate. Black Duck can be used to make sure that all the open source libraries conform to your company's licensing criteria. Select no adjustment required if the underlined segment is accurate. If the underlined segment is inaccurate, select the accurate option. Let's start with the option D. CMake is an open source cross-platform tool for building, testing and packaging softwares. It's the de facto standard for building C++ code and is used by developer to manage the build process. But we have requirement of compliance and licensing. It doesn't meet our requirement. Option C. Bamboo is a continuous integration and continuous delivery tool, means CI/CD tool, developed by Atlassian in 2007, which is why it is also known as Atlassian Bamboo. It is a useful tool that helps automatically build, integrate and test code. It doesn't help us with the compliance and licensing. Therefore, it is not correct answer. Option B. Maven. Maven is one of the popular open source build tool developed by Apache Group for building, publishing and deploying multiple projects for perfect project management. Again, this is a building, publishing and deploying tool, which is not the requirement we have. Now let's see what the Black Duck is. Black Duck Software Composition Analysis Tool, or SCA, is a tool that helps teams manage the security, quality and license compliance risks of open source third-party code. So it deals with the compliance of the licenses for the third-party code. And here we have the requirement, which is the open source libraries and their licensing. Therefore, option A, no adjustment required, is the correct answer. Question 10. You need to consider the underlined segment to establish whether it is accurate. To compile an Internet Information Services or IIS web application that runs Docker, you should use a default build agent pool. Select no adjustment required if underlined segment is accurate. If underlined segment is inaccurate, select the accurate option. Option A, no adjustment required. Option B, hosted Windows container. Option C, hosted, and option D, hosted macOS. Compiling an Internet Information Services web application on Docker requires the appropriate build agent pool to ensure that the application is built and run in the appropriate environment. The two main options we have for build agent pools are the default pool. So first option we have available is the default pool we can use, and the hosted Windows container pool. So we have two choices here. The default build agent pool is general purpose agent pool provided by Azure DevOps for building and deploying applications. However, it doesn't come with the necessary tools for building and running Docker container. Now, when it comes to compiling an IIS web application on Docker, you have a couple of options for which build agent pool to use. If your application can run on different operating systems such as Windows, Linux or Mac OS, the default pool is a great choice. On the other hand, the hosted Windows container pool is like having a specialized tool for a specific task. If your IIS web application requires specific dependencies or configurations that are only available on Windows-based system, this pool provides Windows environment with Docker support to ensure that your application is built and run in the appropriate environment. Therefore, we should have hosted Windows container pool to work with the Docker support on IIS. Therefore, the option B, hosted Windows container, is the correct answer. Question 11. You need to consider the underlined segment to establish whether it is accurate. To find when common open source libraries are added to codebase, you should add Jenkins to the build pipeline. Select no adjustment required if the underlined segment is accurate. If the underlined segment is inaccurate, select the accurate option. Option A, no adjustment required. Option B, source gear vault. Option C, white source. And option D, OWASP ZEP. So let's understand about Jenkins. Jenkins is a tool that is used for automation, and it is an open source server that allows all the developers to build, test and deploy software. And let's understand what is the Source Gear Vault. Source Gear Vault Pro is a version control and bug tracking solution for professional development teams. Let's understand what is the white source. And now the white source is known as Mend.io, is comprehensive software security and open source management platform. It helps organizations build secure and compliant software by providing a suite of tools for open source security, license compliance, software composition analysis, static application security testings. Therefore, the white source or Mend.io works with the open source management of libraries during the build process of the pipeline to secure and compliant the software by providing suites of tools for open source components, open source licensing, and detect the security and compliance issue with the open source components, and scanning proprietary code for vulnerabilities. OWASP ZEP or Z Attack Proxy is an open source web application security scanner. It is intended to be used by both those new to application security as well as professional penetration testing. Therefore, you can see that Jenkins is an automation tool which is helpful to build, test and deploy, which is not our question requirement. Source Gear is version control and bug tracking system, which is not our requirement. White source or Mend.io works with the open source libraries and works with the security and compliance of these libraries. So this could be the possible answer. And OWASP ZEP is the web application security scanner, which is used for penetration testing of the new application. And here in the question requirement, we can see the common open source libraries we are going to work with. We need the tool to work with the build pipeline, means during the building process we will require it, and white source software work during the build process, and it works for open source libraries. Therefore, it is the correct answer. I hope this video was informative for you. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, press the bell notification icon. Thank you for watching this video. See you in next video.